definitely feel embarrassed. We don't have to be fair. There's so many things we can work on, but definitely not our complexion. We are perfect. And I mean, obviously, like I said, there are. And congratulations.
Thank you. I want you to talk a little bit about your own journey from being a small town girl in Himachal Pradesh to getting to this point. From growing up in a family where you have quite openly admitted that your family was more favorably disposed towards your brother, and in some ways openly discriminated against you, to the point that one day you decided you were going to run away from home.
I think this kind of discrimination exists even today, and I won't say there was anything unusual about my childhood, but I appreciate the fact that today we talk so much about women empowerment, and I don't know how much of difference it's making, but I think somewhere children who are growing up and women who are going to be now Gen Next and in their schools and their teens, they at least to understand there's something wrong in being discriminated, as opposed to us who growing up didn't see it as something which was wrong. Like I thought it's a matter of fact that being a girl child is a liability on our parent, and
you felt like a liability?
Yes, and because there was no other perspective that we had growing up. I felt that it's fair for my parents to feel that taking care of a girl child, like, because these conversations were everyday thing, that you raise a child and you invest so much in her education, and then she goes about to basically take care of someone else's house, and there's so much dowry that you have to. So it's basically not a very good scenario for them, and as opposed to a son who just brings another person to work at their houses, or and brings a lot of money along with other gifts for the families. This is how actually middle class families feel, who struggle to make the ends meet. For them, those gifts.
The girl is a liability.
Yeah.
Like a liability growing up?
I felt, well, for me, like I felt what they feel is there's nothing wrong in what they feel, but I didn't feel that I am any less than my brother, or, and I'm just someone who they have to take care of. I felt quite independent, but that's very rare.
But your parents also want you to get you married off at 16.
Not really. I had pressure of studying and things like that. But my parents, I come from a joint family, and they had their own pressures on them. But yeah, they definitely didn't think of me doing something other than getting married and taking care of my household.
What made you finally take the decision to almost run away from home, come here to the city where you had no sugar daddy, you knew nobody?
Yeah.
People made fun
myself as someone who's any less than my brother or anyone else, and that's something that drives you to just find yourself and your worth. I didn't have any clarity that I want to be an actress or I want to change the world or do this, but that frustration that I can't be what you think I am, I can't be such a useless person who's just good for nothing and just do post-graduation, then they'll find a guy for me, and then I go about making babies. So I did have a lot of doubts about that system, but I had so many doubts about my own choices in life. I would be extremely embarrassed and wouldn't know how to deal with the situation if my child is watching that at birth. I wouldn't know how to tell him or her that it's supposed to be that way. I wouldn't know, because the whole world is saying something else, and I would be in a very, very awkward situation.
So you're embarrassed by your colleagues in the industry who market these products?
You need a headline, don't you?
And you're giving me one. No, but speak openly. Yeah.
Speak openly.
Wow. Do you feel angry when you see others do it? Do you feel contempt? Do you just ignore it?
Well, I definitely feel embarrassed. We don't have to be fair. There's so many things we can work on, but definitely not our complexion. We are perfect. And I mean, obviously, I mean, like I said, beauty is everywhere, but we need to make our women confident. We need to, let them find their confidence. And when you show an advert where a brown person goes for an interview and gets humiliated, and then she goes back and puts on this thing and goes back being a little bit more lighter and get the job. I mean, what you saying? Like, I mean, come on, like, this is so stupid.
What was the toughest thing for you in these interviews, and what was the most cruel thing you heard said about yourself?
I think body shaming is one.
Body shaming?
Yeah. A journalist openly wrote that this girl from mountains who has frizzy hair and a lizard-like body.
A journalist wrote that?
In a review of Gangster, it's like a body like a lizard or something. And I'm like, okay. That was.
And people make fun of your accent, they call you the Pahari ladki. You taught yourself English. Why was that important to you?
It was important to me because I wanted to reach out to many people. I don't always see failure and criticism as something which is out to destroy me. Like, yeah, I definitely can't do anything about the lizard thing, but whatever, I think all the criticism that I get, I have a very objective point of view to that, and I've been always like that, and that really helped me and shaped my personality. I wanted to reach out to many people, especially in Mumbai, where not many people speak Hindi.
Yeah. And so, how did you teach yourself?
I have a tutor. Yeah. Who works on my accent and on my language when I get time. So the idea is to reach out to as many people I do, and we travel a lot, and sometimes I get to attend these very significant summits and all of that. So I want to reach out to many people.